Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time here, my name is Beck. Thank you so much for joining me. There is so much that I need to update you on, so many things that I've got to tell you. Now, I don't even know where to start. So, it's been a little while since I've actually done a sit-down video because obviously we've been away, and even though we've been back a while now, I was able to use the footage that I had in order to set me up because I knew that I was starting a new job. So I wanted to ensure that I didn't have to worry, that I could record the videos, that I could get them uploaded and ready, sort of set, ready, scheduled to go when I was having a new job. So that is the first thing I got to tell you. If I haven't already, I have got a new job. I'm absolutely loving my new position. I'm still doing admin, but I'm working from home on a team of about 15 people for a great company. I've never worked for a company where, a big company like this, where you feel like you're not, well, I definitely feel like I'm not just a number, and it's so different. It really is. I mean, don't get me wrong, when I worked in the school and things, you feel valued then because you're seeing the people daily, but in like a big sort of corporate place, I never thought that it was possible to be anything but a number. But that's absolutely the experience I'm having, or I've had so far. Excuse me. So I'm working, like I say, from home. I'm just doing a bit of admin on the systems team. Absolutely lovely team. Honestly, I never thought that I'd travel for work. I've been to Scotland. We stayed in Scotland overnight just for meetings, and the company have got like a manor house there, so I was able to experience that, and how amazing. I always said I'd love a manor house. I've always I love sort of period dramas and all that kind of thing. Think Traitors and the Scottish Castle, and that was what this house was like. It was amazing, honestly, brilliant. Such an amazing experience, and it was a meeting with work, and I got to meet some of the people face to face because obviously when you're working from home it's not something that you can do, but this was a nice opportunity to do that. So that was back in, it was in February, so it was only a few weeks ago, but it was lovely. So what other news? Now, I have today started, because watching myself on video, I've kind of been like, oh my god, I knew myself that I had kind of not let things go. I kind of let things go because there's no other explanation. I'm not going to make any excuses. I have had the best time, but it's quite clear to see that when I'm not focusing on meals and what I'm eating, it's quite easy for things to get out of hand, and that's absolutely what's happened. So I'm going to be going back to not fully going back to sort of weigh-in updates and things like that, but I'm going to go back to healthy eating, to make an effort to put in my meals and doing healthy meals and sharing those with you, that kind of thing. I'm not completely sure how I'm going to do it yet, because I'm just going to figure out. You'll help me figure out as I'm going along, I'm sure, anyway. But that's where I want to be going. Now, the good thing about that is this month, today, Dydd Gwyl Dewi Hapus, because it is St David's Day in Wales today, so happy St David's Day. But today was also the start of a challenge. And I've taken part in challenges before, but I've never actually done one for charity. So that's what this one is today. I started skipping 100 skips a day, and it didn't sound like a lot, and I was like, that's going to be absolutely fine. It was so hard. So I did it this morning before I started work, and I did not think it was going to be as difficult as it was. In fact, I did take some video. I might even put it here because I didn't record it to share, but why not? Why not? I'll pop it here. It's not been recorded in the right ratio, but that's fine. You'll be able to see what happened anyway. And it wasn't anything bad. It was just, I mean, I started and I hit the washing line, and then I just kept not skipping properly, and then it was hard, and I was tripping over the skipping rope and I dropped it. But you know what? I think it's for cancer research, so however difficult I'm finding it, it is not a patch on what the people that are going through treatment or what anybody else is experiencing. So you've got to just get through it no matter what. My knees are shot. It doesn't matter. I can do these 100 skips a day because it is for a good cause. And I am going to share a link because I know everyone's going through tough times as well, and I completely understand that people are not in a position to give. I'm going to share it in the hope that some people may be able to, because like I say, it's for a good cause, and I'm sure that so many people have been affected by it. I know my family has, and I think it affects 1 in 4 people. So without sort of going down any more sort of rabbit holes with that one, I'm going to leave that there. But that is my plan, to incorporate the healthy eating with the skipping challenge. And I've taken measurements, I've taken my weight and things today, so I'm going to just compare it and see if it's done me any good as well, because I'm hoping that that will be the case. And take a breath, because I feel like I'm just trying to get it all out. So new job, new challenge, getting back to sharing things. And the other thing, the major thing for me, I'm so excited. I'm so sorry that I'm not even telling you what it is yet, but I'm going to tell you. We're going to be grandparents. I know this face doesn't look old enough. It is. Megan is having a baby. So we're going to be grandparents in June. So it's not even that far away. I've kept it quiet because obviously you don't want to tell people in advance. You can't tell people in advance because that would be really silly, because you don't know in advance. But what I mean is, you don't want to tell people too soon. So we didn't tell people too soon, and then we had the Philippines, and then we've obviously, you know, had, well, no, we haven't, they have scans and things like that, and they're excited and we're excited, and it's just a whole new chapter. And from what I can gather, it is amazing being grandparents. I've never experienced it before, but this is the start now, isn't it? So Jeff turned 50 last year, I'm turning 50 next year, and we're going to be, I feel, we're not the youngest grandparents, because my mother was about 42, I think, when I made her grandmother, but it's just the start of the next chapter and what that's going to bring. And me and Megan were talking the other day, and we were like, you're having a baby, that's going to turn into like an adult and have a life. And I know it's stating the obvious, but how scary but amazing is that at the same time? So that is the biggest news for us, the exciting news, what's been happening. And there we are. I feel like I'm not going to drone on about stuff, because this is the first video, like I say, I've done in a little while. Oh, other news. So I am learning to speak Tagalog. So I'm not sort of signed up or taken it really seriously, but I am making an effort to just, I mean, me and Jeff have talked about it, and it is something that we want to do. We want to split our time between the 2 countries eventually. We don't know when that's going to happen, but it is something that we knew was going to happen. I mean, years ago we talked about retiring over there fully, but now we realise, especially with news like this, that when you do have a family over here and you have got children that then go on to have children, it's something that you probably are not wanting to do as much. So if I could split my time between the 2 countries, because I feel so at home over there as much as I do over here, and I feel like if there's an opportunity there, then you've got to grab it with both hands. So if it is something we can do further down the line, then that's absolutely what we're going to do. And in preparation for that, I'm going to learn the language. Now, people in the Philippines speak fluent English, and it's not a necessity. It's just something I would like to be able to do, to have a proper conversation, because I can pick up little bits and words and things. I mean, Jeff and I have been together now for 28 years, married 26 this year, 27 years, 28 years. No, this is terrible. We'll maybe cut this out, because I don't want him to know that I can't work it out off the top of my head, but he probably couldn't either. Megan's 26 this year. We've been together nearly 28 years. So that is something that I want to be able to do when I see his family, because even though they are fluent English speakers and very good at it, might I add, they just get a little bit self-conscious when they're around me, and I think they feel like even though they know they can speak English, that they feel, like I say, a bit self-conscious doing it in front of me, which is how I feel when I speak Tagalog in front of them, I guess. But if I'm a little bit more fluent and au fait with the language, then hopefully that'll change. So that is what else is going on. It's all been happening. I feel like it's been a busy old time. I mean, the Philippines was absolutely just amazing. It always is amazing. It's such a, honestly, it's such a beautiful country. There are so many places that I still want, and Jeff, that we still want to see. And I think going forward, obviously when we get the chance to and the opportunity to, then it's something that we will do again. We went there 2 years running, so we're not going to be doing it this year. Although, I'm saying that, it is our 25th wedding anniversary this year. So I said to him, where do you want to go? Watch this space, who knows. We have got a little holiday booked. We've got a cruise booked in May. And that is going to be on a Royal Caribbean ship. So things with my videos are not going to be any different to what you're used to seeing. They are still going to be travel. They are still going to be food. They are still going to be me. And hopefully you'll stick around and join me on the rest of whatever this journey is, because I love it. And I think doing this video now has kind of made me realise that just how much I love doing it. I mean, this channel I've had was 7 years old. 7. My channel was 7 years old. Is it 7 or 20? I can't remember. It was 2016 or 17. It was either 7 or 8 in January, but it's been a long time. And when I consistently upload and then give myself a bit of a breather, because I knew that I would need it with work, I miss it. And I think I just miss it. So I'm going to leave it there, like I say, otherwise I will just ramble all night. And when I'm talking to this camera, it does feel like I'm talking to friends, and I hope that you all feel the same as well. But have a lovely weekend, because it is Friday. I am recording this and uploading it in the same day, because I've got one more Philippines video, and that is just my last one, which I kind of put off uploading because I knew that it would be over then. Is that weird? I am weird. I'm honestly, I'm just honest. But have a lovely weekend, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.